F로 시작하는 영단어.
facilitate,
촉진하다.
facilitate, 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 fad,
유행.
fad, 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 faint,
희미한.
faint, 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 fake,
위조하다.
fake, 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 fallacious,
그릇된.
fallacious, 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 famine,
기근.
famine, 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 fanatic,
열광자.
fanatic, 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 fasten,
묶다.
fasten, 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 fatal,
치명적인.
fatal, 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 faultless,
결점 없는.
faultless, 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 feasible,
실행할 수 있는.
feasible, 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 feast,
축제.
feast, 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 feature,
특성.
feature, 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 fertile,
비옥한.
fertile, 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 fervent,
열정적인.
fervent, 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 feud,
반목.
feud, 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 fickle,
변덕스러운.
fickle, 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 fictitious,
거짓이.
fictitious, 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 fierce,
사나운.
fierce, 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 financial,
재정상의.
financial, 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 fire,
해고시키다.
fire, 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 firm,
확고한.
firm, 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 fix,
고정시키다.
fix, 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 fixed,
고정된.
fixed, 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 flagrant,
명백한.
flagrant, 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 fleck,
작은 부분.
fleck, 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 flexible,
유연한.
flexible, 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 float,
표류하다.
float, 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 flourish,
번창하다.
flourish, 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 fluctuate,
변동하다.
fluctuate, 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 forbid,
금지하다.
forbid, 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 forecast,
예측하다.
forecast, 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 forerunner,
선구자.
forerunner, 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 foresee,
예상하다.
foresee, 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 forestall,
막다.
forestall, 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 forfeit,
상실하다.
forfeit, 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 forge,
만들다,
forge, forge, forge. Formal,
형식적인,
formal, formal, formal. Forsake,
버리다,
forsake, forsake, forsake. Fortitude,
불굴,
fortitude, fortitude, fortitude. Forward,
보내다,
forward, forward, forward. Foster,
촉진하다,
foster, foster, foster. Fracture,
부서짐,
fracture, fracture, fracture. Fragile,
부서지기 쉬운,
fragile, fragile, fragile. Fragrant,
향기로운,
fragrant, fragrant, fragrant. Frantic,
광란의,
frantic, frantic, frantic. Fraud,
사기,
fraud, fraud, fraud. Fray,
싸움,
fray, fray, fray. Frugal,
검소한,
frugal, frugal, frugal. Frustrate,
실망시키다,
frustrate, frustrate, frustrate. Fulfill,
성취하다,
fulfill, fulfill, fulfill. Fundamental,
근본적인,
fundamental, fundamental, fundamental. Furnish,
공급하다,
furnish, furnish, furnish. Furtive,
은밀한,
furtive, furtive, furtive. Futile,
쓸모없는,
futile, futile, futile.
지로 시작하는 영단어,
Gain,
얻다,
gain, gain, gain. Garment,
의복,
garment, garment, garment. Garnish,
장식하다,
garnish, garnish, garnish. Garrulous,
수다스러운,
garrulous, garrulous, garrulous. Gather,
모으다,
gather, gather, gather. Gauge,
측정하다,
gauge, gauge, gauge. Generate,
생성하다,
generate, generate, generate. Generous,
관대한,
generous, generous, generous. Genial,
다정한,
genial, genial, genial. Genuine,
진짜의,
genuine, genuine, genuine. Gifted,
재능 있는,
gifted, gifted, gifted. Gist,
핵심,
gist, gist, gist. Glance,
얼핏 봄,
glance, glance, glance. Glitter,
반짝이다,
glitter, glitter, glitter. Global,
세계의,
global, global, global. Goodwill,
선의,
goodwill, goodwill, goodwill. Govern,
통치하다,
govern, govern, govern. Gradual,
점진적인,
gradual, gradual, gradual. Grand,
웅장한,
grand, 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 grant,
주다,
grant, 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 grasp,
붙잡다,
grasp, 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 greed,
탐욕,
greed, 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 grim,
엄격한,
grim, 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 grotesque,
기이한,
grotesque, 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 grudge,
원한,
grudge, 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 guarantee,
보증,
guarantee, guarantee, guarantee,
H로 시작하는 영단어,
hamper,
방해하다,
hamper, 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 handle,
다루다,
handle, 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 harass,
괴롭히다,
harass, 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 harbinger,
선구자,
harbinger, 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 hardship,
역경,
hardship, 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 harm,
해,
harm, 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 harness,
이용하다,
harness, 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 hasten,
서두르다,
hasten, 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 hatred,
증오,
hatred, 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 haven,
피난처,
haven, 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 havoc,
대혼란,
havoc, 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 hazard,
위험,
hazard, 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 hazardous,
위험한,
hazardous, 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 heal,
치료하다,
heal, 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 heed,
주의하다,
heed, 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 hegemony,
주도권,
hegemony, 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 hesitate,
주저하다,
hesitate, 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 heterogeneous,
이질적인,
heterogeneous, 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 hilarious,
유쾌한,
hilarious, 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 hinder,
방해하다,
hinder, 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 hoard,
저장하다,
hoard, 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 honor,
기리다,
honor, 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 horror,
공포,
horror, 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 host,
주인,
host, 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 hub,
중심지,
hub, 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 humdrum,
단조로운,
humdrum, 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 humid,
습한,
humid, humid, humid,
I로 시작하는 영단어,
identical,
동일한,
identical, 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 ignorant,
무지한,
ignorant, 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 illicit,
불법의,
illicit, 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 illiterate,
글자를 모르는,
illiterate, 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 illuminate,
명백히 하다,
illuminate, 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 illustrate,
설명하다,
illustrate, 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 immaculate,
결점우 없는,
immaculate, 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 immaterial,
관련 없는,
immaterial, 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 immature,
미숙한,
immature, 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 immense,
거대한,
immense, 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 immerse,
가라앉히다,
immerse, 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 immune,
면역성이,
immune, 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 immutable,
변하지 않는,
immutable, 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 impact,
영향,
impact, 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 impaired,
손상된,
impaired, 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 impartial,
공평한,
impartial, 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 impasse,
난국,
impasse, 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 impeccable,
결점우 없는,
impeccable, 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 impecunious,
가난한,
impecunious, 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 impede,
방해하다,
impede, 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 impediment,
장애,
impediment, 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 impertinent,
버릇없는,
impertinent, 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 imply,
내포하다,
imply, 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 impolite,
버릇없는,
impolite, 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 impress,
감동시키다,
impress, 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 improvise,
임시변통하다,
improvise, 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 inappropriate,
부적당한,
inappropriate, 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 incidental,
우연한,
incidental, 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 incompatible,
모순되는,
incompatible, 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 indemnify,
보호, 보상하다,
indemnify, 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 indicate,
암시하다,
indicate, 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 indict,
고발하다,
indict, 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 indifferent,
무관심한,
indifferent, 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 indignant,
분개한,
indignant, 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 indistinct,
희미한,
indistinct, 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 induce,
권유하다,
induce, 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 inert,
둔한,
inert, 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 infertile,
메마른,
infertile, 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 infest,
창궐하다,
infest, 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 infinite,
무한한,
infinite, 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 inflate,
팽창시키다,
inflate, 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 influence,
영향을 끼치다,
influence, 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 influx,
유입,
influx, 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 inform,
알리다,
inform, 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 infuriate,
노하게 하다,
infuriate, 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 ingenious,
독창적인,
ingenious, 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 ingredient,
성분,
ingredient, 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 inhabit,
거주하다,
inhabit, 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 inherent,
타고난,
inherent, 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 inhibit,
금하다,
inhibit, 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 initiate,
시작하다,
initiate, 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 injury,
상해,
injury, 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 injustice,
불공평,
injustice, 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 innate,
타고난,
innate, 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 innovation,
혁신,
innovation, 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 inordinate,
지나친,
inordinate, 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 insecure,
불안정한,
insecure, 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 insight,
통찰력,
insight, 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 instantaneous,
즉각적인,
instantaneous, 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 insult,
모욕하다,
insult, 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 intact,
손상되지 않은,
intact, 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 integrity,
성실,
integrity, 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 intellectual,
지적인,
intellectual, 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 intense,
격렬한,
intense, 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 intentional,
고의적인,
intentional, 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 interfere,
간섭하다,
interfere, 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 intractable,
고집스러운,
intractable, 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 inundate,
범람시키다,
inundate, 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 invaluable,
매우 귀중한,
invaluable, 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 investigate,
조사하다,
investigate, 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 irregular,
불규칙적인,
irregular, 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 irritate,
화나게 하다,
irritate, 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 iterate,
되풀이하다,
iterate, iterate, iterate,
제의로 시작하는 영단어,
jeopardy,
위험,
jeopardy, 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 judicious,
현명한,
judicious, judicious, judicious. Justify,
증명하다,
justify, justify, justify. Juvenile,
소년의,
juvenile, juvenile, juvenile.
K로 시작하는 영단어,
Kindle,
타오르게 하다,
Kindle, Kindle, Kindle. Knowledgeable,
지식 있는,
knowledgeable, knowledgeable, knowledgeable.
L로 시작하는 영단어,
Lack,
결여,
lack, lack, lack. Lament,
슬퍼하다,
lament, lament, lament. Last,
지속하다,
last, last, last. Latent,
잠복한,
latent, latent, latent. Laudable,
훌륭한,
laudable, laudable, laudable. Launch,
시작하다,
launch, launch, launch. Legendary,
전설적인,
legendary, legendary, legendary. Legible,
읽기 쉬운,
legible, legible, legible. Legitimate,
합법적인,
legitimate, legitimate, legitimate. Lengthen,
연장하다,
lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Lenient,
관대한,
lenient, lenient, lenient. Lethal,
치명적인,
lethal, lethal, lethal. Lethargic,
무기력한,
lethargic, lethargic, lethargic. Limit,
제한하다,
limit, limit, limit. Loath,
혐오하다,
loath, loath, loath. Loot,
약탈하다,
loot, loot, loot. Lucid,
명백한,
lucid, lucid, lucid. Lucrative,
수지맞는,
lucrative, lucrative, lucrative. Lukewarm,
미적지근한,
lukewarm, lukewarm, lukewarm. Lure,
매혹, 미끼,
lure, lure, lure. Lustrous,
빛나는,
lustrous, lustrous, lustrous. Luxurious,
호화로운,
luxurious, luxurious, luxurious.
M으로 시작하는 영단어,
Magnificent,
장엄한,
magnificent, magnificent, magnificent. Maintain,
주장하다,
maintain, maintain, maintain. Malice,
악의,
malice, malice, malice. Malign,
악에 있는,
malign, malign, malign. Maneuver,
계획,
maneuver, maneuver, maneuver. Manifest,
명백한,
manifest, manifest, manifest. Manufacture,
제조하다,
manufacture, manufacture, manufacture. Mean,
비열한,
mean, mean, mean. Means,
수단,
means, means, means. Measure,
대책,
measure, 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 meditate,
숙고하다,
meditate, 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 menace,
위협하다,
menace, 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 merge,
합병하다,
merge, 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 merit,
장점,
merit, 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 mess,
혼란,
mess, 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 misdeed,
악행,
misdeed, 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 mishap,
불행,
mishap, 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 mitigate,
완화시키다,
mitigate, 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 mobilize,
동원하다,
mobilize, 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 mockery,
조롱,
mockery, 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 mode,
양식,
mode, 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 modest,
겸손한,
modest, 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 modicum,
소량,
modicum, 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 modify,
수정하다,
modify, 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 mollify,
완화시키다,
mollify, 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 moment,
순간,
moment, 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 monetary,
화폐,
monetary, 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 monotony,
단조로움,
monotony, 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 motion,
움직임,
motion, 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 mount,
오르다,
mount, 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 muggy,
무더운,
muggy, 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 mute,
무언의,
mute, 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 mysterious,
신비한,
mysterious, mysterious, mysterious,
n으로 시작하는 영단어,
nasty,
불쾌한,
nasty, 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 native,
타고난,
native, 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 nature,
성향,
nature, 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 necessary,
필수적인,
necessary, 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 negotiate,
협상하다,
negotiate, 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 nervous,
불안한,
nervous, 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 notable,
주목할 만한,
notable, 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 noticeable,
명백한,
noticeable, 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 notorious,
악명 높은,
notorious, 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 nurture,
양육하다,
nurture, nurture, nurture,
오로 시작하는 영단어,
obedient,
복종하는,
obedient, 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 obligatory,
의무적인,
obligatory, 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 oblivious,
건망증이 있는,
oblivious, 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 obnoxious,
불쾌한,
obnoxious, 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 obscure,
불분명한,
obscure, 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 obsolete,
쓸모없게 된,
obsolete, 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 obstacle,
장애,
obstacle, 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 obstinate,
완고한,
obstinate, 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 obstruct,
방해하다,
obstruct, 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 obvious,
명백한,
obvious, 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 occasional,
산발적인,
occasional, 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 offensive,
불쾌한,
offensive, 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 offset,
상쇄하다,
offset, 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 opponent,
상대,
opponent, 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 oppose,
반대하다,
oppose, 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 ordinary,
보통의,
ordinary, 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 origin,
근원,
origin, 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 outdo,
능가하다,
outdo, 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 outline,
개요,
outline, 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 output,
산출,
output, 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 outstanding,
현저한,
outstanding, 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 overcome,
극복하다,
overcome, 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 overestimate,
과대평가하다,
overestimate, 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 overwhelming,
압도적인,
overwhelming, overwhelming, overwhelming,
피로 시작하는 영단어,
pacify,
달래다,
pacify, 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 partial,
편파적인,
partial, 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 particular,
특별한,
particular, 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 penetrate,
통과하다,
penetrate, 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 permanent,
영구적인,
permanent, 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 pernicious,
유해한,
pernicious, 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 perpetual,
영구적인,
perpetual, 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 persist,
고집하다,
persist, 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 pester,
괴롭히다,
pester, 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 pinnacle,
정상,
pinnacle, 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 placid,
평온한,
placid, 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 plant,
공장,
plant, 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 plausible,
그럴듯한,
plausible, 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 plea,
탄원,
plea, 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 plentiful,
풍부한,
plentiful, 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 pliable,
유연한,
pliable, 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 plight,
곤경,
plight, 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 plunder,
강탈하다,
plunder, 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 polish,
광택을 내다,
polish, 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 ponder,
숙고하다,
ponder, 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 popular,
대중적인,
popular, 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 portion,
부분,
portion, 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 postpone,
연기하다,
postpone, 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 potential,
잠재적인,
potential, 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 practical,
실용적인,
practical, 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 praise,
칭찬하다,
praise, 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 proceed,
앞서다,
proceed, 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 precipitate,
재촉하다,
precipitate, 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 precise,
정확한,
precise, 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 preclude,
막다,
preclude, 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 predicament,
곤경,
predicament, 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 predict,
예견하다,
predict, 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 predominant,
지배적인,
predominant, 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 prejudice,
편견,
prejudice, 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 preliminary,
예비해,
preliminary, 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 prescribe,
규정하다,
prescribe, 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 present,
주다,
present, 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 prevail,
유행하다,
prevail, 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 primary,
첫째에,
primary, 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 primitive,
원시적인,
primitive, 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 principle,
주요한,
principle, 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 principle,
원칙,
principle, 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 probe,
조사하다,
probe, 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 proclaim,
공표하다,
proclaim, 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 procure,
획득하다,
procure, 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 proficient,
능숙한,
proficient, 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 profitable,
이윤 있는,
profitable, 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 profuse,
풍부한,
profuse, 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 prohibit,
금지하다,
prohibit, 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 prolific,
다산의,
prolific, 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 prominent,
현저한,
prominent, 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 promotion,
진급,
promotion, promotion, promotion. Proper,
적절한,
proper, proper, proper. Property,
특성,
property, property, property. Prosaic,
재미없는,
prosaic, prosaic, prosaic. Prosper,
번영하다,
prosper, prosper, prosper. Protect,
보호하다,
protect, protect, protect. Protest,
항의하다,
protest, protest, protest. Provisional,
일시적인,
provisional, provisional, provisional. Prowess,
용감,
prowess, prowess, prowess. Pupil,
학생,
pupil, pupil, pupil. Pure,
순수한,
pure, pure, pure. Purpose,
목적,
purpose, purpose, purpose.
Q로 시작하는 영단어,
Qualification,
자격,
qualification, qualification, qualification. Quarrel,
언쟁,
quarrel, quarrel, quarrel. Quell,
진압하다,
quell, quell, quell.
R로 시작하는 영단어,
Radical,
근본적인,
radical, radical, radical. Raise,
기르다,
raise, raise, raise. Rampant,
사나운,
rampant, rampant, rampant. Rational,
이성적인,
rational, rational, rational. Reasonable,
합리적인,
reasonable, reasonable, reasonable. Rebel,
반역자,
rebel, rebel, rebel. Rebuke,
비난하다,
rebuke, rebuke, rebuke. Reciprocal,
상호간의,
reciprocal, reciprocal, reciprocal. Recondite,
심오한,
recondite, recondite, recondite. Reduce,
줄이다,
reduce, reduce, reduce. Regret,
후회하다,
regret, regret, regret. Rain,
통치,
rain, rain, rain. Relentless,
냉혹한,
relentless, relentless, relentless. Relief,
경감하다,
relief, relief, relief. Relinquish,
포기하다,
relinquish, relinquish, relinquish. Reluctant,
꺼리는,
reluctant, reluctant, reluctant. Remit,
송금하다,
remit, remit, remit. Repeal,
무효로 하다,
repeal, repeal, repeal. Represent,
나타내다,
represent, represent, represent. Resent,
분개하다,
resent, resent, resent. Resign,
사임하다,
resign, resign, resign. Restrict,
제한하다,
restrict, 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 resume,
재개하다,
resume, 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 retaliate,
보복하다,
retaliate, 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 reveal,
밝히다,
reveal, 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 revenue,
소득,
revenue, 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 revere,
존경하다,
revere, 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 revise,
개정하다,
revise, 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 revoke,
취소하다,
revoke, 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 rigorous,
엄격한,
rigorous, 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 robust,
강건한,
robust, 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 roll,
인명부,
roll, roll, roll,
s로 시작하는 영단어,
sagacious,
현명한,
sagacious, 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 salient,
현저한,
salient, 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 salbreous,
유익한,
salbreous, 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 savor,
맛,
savor, 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 scarce,
부족한,
scarce, 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 scold,
비난하다,
scold, 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 scrupulous,
양심적인,
scrupulous, 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 seek,
구하다,
seek, 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 sensible,
현명한,
sensible, 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 severe,
엄한,
severe, 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 shortcut,
지름길,
shortcut, 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 shun,
회피하다,
shun, 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 sincere,
성실한,
sincere, 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 skeptical,
회의적인,
skeptical, 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 slender,
가느다란,
slender, 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 sluggish,
나태한,
sluggish, 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 sober,
맑은 정신이,
sober, 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 sojourn,
체류,
sojourn, 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 solemn,
엄숙한,
solemn, 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 solicit,
간청하다,
solicit, 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 sooth,
달래다,
sooth, 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 spacious,
넓은,
spacious, 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 spur,
자극하다,
spur, 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 squander,
낭비하다,
squander, 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 squeamish,
까다로운,
squeamish, 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 steady,
꾸준한,
steady, 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 sterile,
메마른,
sterile, sterile, sterile. Stimulate,
자극하다,
stimulate, stimulate, stimulate. Stubborn,
완고한,
stubborn, stubborn, stubborn. Sufficient,
충분한,
sufficient, sufficient, sufficient. Suitable,
적절한,
suitable, suitable, suitable. Sultry,
무더운,
sultry, sultry, sultry. Superb,
최상의,
superb, superb, superb. Superficial,
피상적인,
superficial, superficial, superficial. Support,
지지하다,
support, support, support. Surmise,
추측하다,
surmise, surmise, surmise. Surpass,
능가하다,
surpass, surpass, surpass. Surrender,
양보하다,
surrender, surrender, surrender. Suspicious,
의심스러운,
suspicious, suspicious, suspicious. Swift,
빠른,
swift, swift, swift.
T로 시작하는 영단어,
Taciturn,
과묵한,
taciturn, taciturn, taciturn. Tangible,
유형의,
tangible, tangible, tangible. Tenacious,
고집스러운,
tenacious, tenacious, tenacious. Tension,
긴장,
tension, tension, tension. Terminate,
끝내다,
terminate, terminate, terminate. Terrify,
무섭게 하다,
terrify, terrify, terrify. Thin,
얇은,
thin, thin, thin. Thrift,
검소,
thrift, thrift, thrift. Thwart,
방해하다,
thwart, thwart, thwart. Trade,
무역, 거래,
trade, trade, trade. Tranquil,
조용한,
tranquil, tranquil, tranquil. Transaction,
거래,
transaction, transaction, transaction. Transform,
변형시키다,
transform, transform, transform. Transient,
일시적인,
transient, transient, transient. Transitory,
일시적인,
transitory, transitory, transitory. Transmit,
보내다,
transmit, transmit, transmit. Treaty,
조약,
treaty, treaty, treaty. Trigger,
촉발하다,
trigger, trigger, trigger. Trust,
신뢰,
trust, trust, trust. Typical,
전형적인,
typical, typical, typical.
유로 시작하는 영단어,
Ubiquitous,
산재한,
ubiquitous, ubiquitous, ubiquitous. Ultimate,
궁극적인,
ultimate, ultimate, ultimate. Utilize,
이용하다,
utilize, utilize, utilize. Utmost,
최고의,
utmost, utmost, utmost.
V로 시작하는 영단어,
Vague,
모호한,
vague, vague, vague. Valor,
용기,
valor, valor, valor. Value,
가치,
value, value, value. Vanish,
사라지다,
vanish, vanish, vanish. Vehement,
맹렬한,
vehement, vehement, vehement. Venerate,
존경하다,
venerate, venerate, venerate. Vicinity,
이웃, 근처,
vicinity, vicinity, vicinity. Vie,
경쟁하다,
vie, vie, vie. Vigorous,
강건한,
vigorous, vigorous, vigorous. Vindicate,
입증하다,
vindicate, vindicate, vindicate. Voluntary,
자발적인,
voluntary, voluntary, voluntary.
W로 시작하는 영단어,
Wane,
약해지다,
wane, wane, wane. Warn,
경고하다,
warn, warn, warn. Wayward,
고집센,
wayward, wayward, wayward. Weaken,
약화시키다,
weaken, weaken, weaken. Whimsical,
변덕스러운,
whimsical, whimsical, whimsical. Wholesome,
건전한,
wholesome, wholesome, wholesome. Wield,
지배하다,
wield, wield, wield. Withstand,
참다,
withstand, withstand, withstand. Witness,
목격하다,
witness, witness, witness. Worship,
경배,
worship, worship, worship. Wretched,
비참한,
wretched, wretched, wretched. Zeal,
열심,
zeal, zeal,